Hello, everyone. My name is Maggie. I'm from Global Sellers, and today we are preparing for our conference, which will be held in Warsaw, 24th and 25th of April this year. This is a know-how conference, so we are aiming to deliver really practical knowledge to take away and implement into your business, which will bring results in the next coming months. And today, my guest is Dorian Górski. Dorian is a friend of us, and we've known each other for a while. I've been watching Dorian across the international arena of brand building, Amazon sellers, communities. And Dorian is really an expert in this field. He's been in this ecosystem for over 12 years, building brands, content, the conversion optimization workflows. He owns the creative agency called Unit 6 Studio and Keplo. So he's really hands-on experience, and that's why we are bringing Dorian to our conference, because I am fully confident he will deliver the content that will be practical, will be ready to implement. And Dorian is not only working across Polish or just only European marketplace, but he's working truly internationally with really massive brands, but also the small ones, so he can put everything together to make sure it's working. So Dorian, thank you so much for taking part in our event and our recording today, the interview. I'm so glad to have you here. I did a little bit of introduction about yourself, but please introduce yourself as well.
Oh, first of all, thank you for the kind words. I'm super excited to be a part of this event in Warsaw. I invite everyone to sign up as soon as possible and come to Warsaw. It's really nice in the spring. A little bit about myself. I sit in kind of like a space between where data meets creativity. Um, what we do at Unit 6 is we approach the brand building and content creation from the data perspective. So we do a lot of testing, we do a lot of optimization, um, and that's something we're going to talk about during that event. So I'm not going to say more. Make sure to sign up and get your tickets.
Thank you. But I actually have a few questions for you. So you obviously will have a speech and expert roundtables and discussion panels at the conference. So people will have plenty of opportunity to ask their own questions and work on their own examples with yourself. But just to give them a little bit for the beginning, for the encouragement, I have a couple of questions today.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna also display questions here. So, in your opinion, what are the biggest challenges and opportunities in your area of expertise today?
I love this question, and I have an amazing and great answer. Well, the biggest challenge these days, and I think it has not just these days, but overall in e-commerce, is to actually see opportunities. What do I mean? Especially in my area, brand owners, sellers, very often are not creative people. Very often, business savvy, numbers. We love spreadsheets, PPC. Loving numbers. When it comes to creativity, they lack um, certain sense of direction and look and actually seeing opportunities. So I would say the biggest challenge is seeing opportunities. And what are the biggest opportunities? To learn how actually easy it is these days, especially with AI and certain workflows, to find those opportunities. And and you probably know this phrase: always be testing, always be improving. So that's something that we will definitely touch on during the event.
That's amazing. I'm glad you said that, because people like to stay in the comfort zone. So I'm strong with numbers. I'm quite analytic. I'm gonna stick to my numbers, and I don't look anywhere further, or other way around. I'm managing people and so on. So I'm glad you mentioned that we should work on our weaknesses, and go and see and test and try. I really like your answer. So another question regarding conference. What are the key tips and takeaways that attendees can expect from your presentation at the conference?
Um, so I think a big topic the past 2 years is focusing on profitability. So the key takeaways from the presentation will be definitely revolving around what can we do to squeeze as much as possible out of our listings. So in terms of CTR, in terms of conversions, how can we make sure that we we yeah, we get as much as possible from it? Is there actual is also learning to identify if there's an opportunity?
Mhm.
Can we get actually more sales? Can we get more conversion? Can we lower our PPC spend? So that would be the main takeaway. So to make sure that you can build a more profitable business.
Excellent. Very good answer. I can't wait. I'm really excited. And the last question, looking ahead to the next year, what are the important things in e-commerce sellers should focus on, in your opinion, and also in your area of expertise?
I think, um, kind of piggybacking of my previous answer, is to make sure that we minimize mistakes and get as prepared as possible in terms of launching new products, in terms of focusing on the right products. The the margin for error is becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. So I think making sure that we make the right decisions, come up with the right hypothesis for making sure, like, if we want to launch a new product, is this the right product? If we want to launch, have this sort of branding, this sort of main image, source it from this area of the world. All these decisions uh, shouldn't be taken lightly anymore,
Yeah.
because everything is costing you money. So I think the main area for in terms of focus next year is to make sure that every type of hypothesis we come up, every type of move we make, um, it just has to be well thought out.
Well said. I lost so much money in the past during my Amazon career just by doing stupid decisions, and it cost a lot of money. Especially now when we can learn from experts like you are, there will be lots of other experts. There is so much knowledge around that we can learn and implement to avoid those mistakes. And I may not be an expert in particular field, but I will come to you and ask you some questions that will help me to make decisions and minimize those mistakes. So I'm glad you mentioned about mistakes, because that's what's happened. That was happening to me in the past when access to knowledge about Amazon branding and marketing was very limited. So let's learn from this and move forward to make
Yeah,
sure that we minimize those mistakes and they are not costing us fortune. Dorian, you've given me
absolutely.
really amazing answers, and I know how. Uh, the level of your knowledge, how practical your knowledge is. We also did some interview webinar in the past, which was absolutely amazing, and I can recommend people watching on our YouTube channel. And I can't wait to see at the stage. And I can't wait to see the interaction you will have with people, because I'm sure there will be plenty of people. Like I've mentioned, the idea of this event is to deliver practical knowledge. We want to make sure that people can speak to experts. So expert roundtables, guys, please prepare questions for everyone, for Dorian. Think about your branding before. You can go through Dorian profiles and his company details, his webinars, and you can see the level of knowledge he's presenting. And then you can also consider questions that you may to ask at the conference. There will be option for questions and answers after the presentation, but also expert roundtable in a smaller groups, a brainstorming sessions, discussion panel on a second day, when you also can ask all the possible questions that you might have, and practical questions from your own experience, so you can resolve them while you're there. Um, and then you can exchange contact details and work in the future together to build something amazing and avoid those mistakes, especially. um, so places are limited. I highly encourage everyone to do it sooner rather than later, because we don't want to build a conference that is 1,000 people and you don't have access to experts. There will be maximum 200 people at the conference, and it's truly international event. The event is run in English, even though it's in Warsaw. The event will be run in English, and after the event, everyone will have a recording of each speech and discussion panels. So you can also there will be some translations available in those recordings, so you can obviously then watch it later to digest it better and understand in case of any language barriers. But there will be also translation assistance going around. So if anyone is worried, there will be translations to Polish and Russian from staff members who will be walking around during expert roundtables or asking questions and answers. So if anyone is worried about some language barriers, don't worry about that. We are there to help you out. So Dorian, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate that. And I'm
Thank
glad
you.
we did this
I
recording.
just
Yes, go on.
y- yeah, I just want to say that to a lot of people, especially people interested in selling on Amazon in Poland or already having established business, this is an opportunity to really meet really top figure experts, sellers in the industry that work really on the international arena. There's a lot of chatter saying that Amazon is dead. You can't. It's really hard. You can't make money, but we've been around this space for 12 years, and I can tell you that's not true. And that will prove this to you. And I will prove that even now, especially now, actually, with the right tools and the right knowledge, it's possible to really build a successful business. And I'm really happy that this is happening in Poland, and here global sellers are really stepping up the game. I've heard I've heard who's coming apart from me, and that also super excited. So make sure to grab tickets. I can't say anything like the ROI, the knowledge, the things you're
Yeah.
gonna get from it are absolutely priceless. So go and get them now.
Exactly. We're not going to stay behind. We're going to be up to speed with everyone else, whether it's America, Europe, UK. We're not behind. We want to make sure that everyone is up to speed with everything. And like what you said, I'm really glad you said that. I really appreciate that. I keep repeating that, but when experts like yourself working on international arena says things like this, that now it is the right time because we have all these tools, all this knowledge available, all these experts. When I was starting back in 2011, there was nothing available. So that's
Yeah,
why I said I've made
true.
so many mistakes, and this is opportunity for everyone. So thank you so much, Dorian, for this interview. I really appreciate
Thank
that.
you
I
so much.
can't wait to see you at the stage. It will be absolutely amazing. So super excited. Thank you very much.
Thank you.